Well, good day, everyone. Welcome to Partners in Health and Biz. I'm your host, natural health consultant, weight loss coach, Gail Dixon-McBride. That's right, Gail Dixon-McBride. And today I have a fabulous, fantastic show planned for you. New junk food bans proposed. Yes. And let me tell you, many of you are going to be a little upset about this, but you should be happy. These foods that I'll be sharing with you, many of them, I'm sure, even if you won't admit, you eat and you like to eat them. So let's just jump into the show and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. So, folks, get ready to start feeling better and being healthier as 26 more junk foods could disappear. That's right, under RFK's additive crackdown, as reported in USA Today. U.S. Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. has proposed banning several synthetic dyes, food dyes, with mounting public pressure against ultra processed foods. Additional restrictions on preservatives, emulsifiers, and flavor enhancers could be on the horizon. So, this is a good thing. Now, the cost of reformulating many products combined with changes in taste, texture, and appearance may lead some companies to even drop certain items altogether. They'll have to. So here are 26 more junk foods that may disappear from store shelves, from your grocery stores, if these changes take effect because of preservatives, emulsifiers, and flavor enhancers. And folks, this is a good thing, especially for you junk food addicts who just can't seem to control those junk food cravings by saying no to processed packaged foods and foods that have unhealthy artificial dyes and preservatives. So, folks, don't beat yourself up. In most cases, it's not your fault. The dangers haven't been hidden. The dangers have often, I should say, been hidden. And many people have not been taught the importance of reading labels and how to read the labels because most folks don't even understand what they are reading. And for decades, Americans have depended on the FDA. What is that? You know what it is, the Food and Drug Administration, to tell us the truth about what's in our foods and what's in our food that may be poisoning our bodies. That's right. We don't know. We haven't known. They haven't told us. Well, the U.S. Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy proposed banning several synthetic food dyes with mounting public pressure against ultra processed foods, as I said, added restrictions on preservatives, emulsifiers, and flavor enhancers. So, the cost of these things being changed, may affect what's going what you'll be able to buy in your local grocery store. So, the first thing, get ready for this, that may be eliminated is ranch flavored corn chips. Ranch flavored corn chips. And they come by different names, but some of those include, I'm sure, the Doritos, but ranch flavored corn chips. Why? Because these tangy chips often rely on MSG, artificial flavorings, and buttermilk powder blends that use preservatives to remain shelf stable. Reformulating them without these elements would likely alter the signature creamy, spicy profile, and the texture could also suffer without emulsifiers. If the substitute version disappoints, they'll have to do a taste test. Sales might tank. Some variations may vanish altogether. You may taste them and say, oh, this is not the same. I don't like it. Well, remember, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. You may not be able to purchase them, but at least it'll be off the shelves for your protection, your children's protection, your family and friends. Next, sour cream and onion potato chips. Sour cream and onion potato chips, folks. Yes, I know some of you have had these, and myself, admittedly, in the past, I have eaten sour cream and onion potato chips. Well, this flavor often relies on flavor enhancers like disodium isonate and synthetic sour cream flavor. Reformulated versions may taste flat or too acidic, and some versions also include dyes to make seasoning appear more intense. Without these enhancements, visual appeal and flavor balance might be lost, and retailers might shrink their offerings if consumer satisfaction dips. So just beware. Next, powdered popcorn seasoning. Powdered popcorn seasoning. Well, why? Why will this disappear? Many shelf stable cheese flavored popcorn powders. You get those shakers and you shake them on your popcorn. You even get them when you go to the movies and you get your popcorn, you put the butter on there, and then you get your shaker and start shaking some of that salt. Well, many of those powders include anti caking agents, colorants, and chemical preservatives. And reformulating this to meet cleaner standards without clumping or flavor loss is tough. What happens? Well, the result might not entirely coat kernels or hold its tang. Manufacturers may need to cut entire product lines rather than compromise. And budget movie night snacks could take a hit, folks. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, let's move on to chocolate coated mini donuts. Chocolate coated mini donuts. These treats often contain, again, emulsifiers, artificial chocolate flavor, artificial, and preservatives to survive weeks on the shelves. Those things stay on the shelves, that's right, for weeks. You think they're fresh, they may taste fresh, but there's a reason because those preservatives are in them. So, removing these preservatives can reduce the coating snap and lead to sogginess. Texture shifts could ruin their appeal. Reformulated versions could likely cost more and sell less, and smaller brands may abandon this product category altogether. Have you ever had those lemon ice cakes? Those iced lemon snack cakes? Have you ever had those? Well, they contain yellow dye number 5 and artificial lemon oil to create a bright, sweet citrus profile. Look at them. Look at them. Without synthetic dyes, they turn beige. Ugh. Now, who wants to eat a lemon snack that's beige? And they lose their eye catching appeal. Natural lemon is more tart and less stable. Reformulation is expensive and risky, and brands may retire lemon flavors if sales dip. What about those neon colored ice pops that we give our children? Some of us give our children. Let's see. These freezer staples often use blue dye number 1, yellow dye number 5, and red dye number 40. And I talked about these dyes and flavors and preservatives in several episodes back. If you recall, if you don't, you can go back and listen to that podcast. But these pops, which many of us have given to our children, they have all these colors, these dyes, artificial dyes, to achieve their iconic glow in the dark colors. Reformulated versions may appear washed out and melt inconsistently due to the absence of stabilizers. Natural coloring, like beet or turmeric, breaks down more quickly, especially in freezing conditions. Switching to natural ingredients may raise cost and shorten shelf life. And if kids reject the new look, stores may reduce their shelf space or drop them. So get ready, folks. Now let's talk about packaged cheese breadsticks. How many of you go and you get those packaged cheese breadsticks with dip? Yes. What is going on with that? Well, snack packs with cheese flavored breadsticks and processed dip rely heavily on stabilizers and flavor enhancers. Bright orange dip is rarely colored naturally, folks. And without these emulsifiers, the dip may separate or lose creaminess. Natural cheese blends may lack the tang or consistency that customers expect. And brands may opt to retire these combos rather than overhaul the recipes. Have you ever had a taste for some spicy corn nuts? Well, these spicy corn nuts, as you can see, often get their vivid hue from artificial colorants and their long shelf life from chemical preservatives. Well, eliminating both could dull the appearance and make the product go stale faster. Replacing them with natural options might require costly adjustments, and many of these manufacturers are not going to do what it takes if it costs more. It may require costly adjustments in processing. If reformulated products like these spicy corn nuts, they break down teeth or lose their crunch, and they may flop. Some companies could stop making bolder flavors altogether. Now, I haven't done this. I never have, but I don't know. Maybe you have. Have you ever purchased from the gas station? Sounds crazy, right? Gas station pickled eggs. Yep, gas station pickled eggs. There they are. Often sold in brine with an unnatural yellow or red tint. These snacks typically get their color from dyes like red dye number 3 and yellow dye number 5. Well, removing those additives may result in unappetizing hues or sediment buildup. Without preservatives, the eggs may spoil faster and require refrigeration. And reformulating would raise logistical costs significantly, and low volume items like this may vanish rather than be reformulated. Well, maybe those definitely should. Okay, now here's something that many of you probably have purchased: curly fries, frozen curly fries. Curly fries from the frozen aisle often include artificial coloring in the seasoning mix. Yes, they have to season those curly fries. Some also use emulsifiers to help fries retain crispiness after baking. And reformulating these elements may require new equipment and more expensive oil stable coatings. Consumers may reject soggier or less flavorful alternatives, or of course you will. Budget brands may pull them from rotation entirely. And let's move on to sour ring candies. Let's see if I can find out where those are. I have a picture maybe that I can show you of sour ring candies. Let's see if I can pull those up, because these neon green gummy rings often depend on yellow dye number 5 and blue dye number 1 for color and for that acidic acid for bite tart. Yes, the natural alternatives can alter the chewiness and change the hue to a muddy tone. And if kids reject them based on appearance or textures, companies may drop the line, and reformulation cost may not be worth it for novelty candies. Okay, so let's see if I can find that. That was the sour ring candies. Sour ring candies. Let's see. Okay, I think I found a picture of those sour ring candy rings. And here they are. Here they are. Okay. Oh, they won't let me show you guys those. Okay, I tell you what, I'm going to stop right here. And then next week, I'm going to continue with some of those foods, those junk foods that will possibly be banned